The moment is here, you can stop your search. It's Comics by Perch.
Hey everybody, this is Perch, and I'm joined here again by Joe. How are you?
I'm all right, Perch. How are you?
I'm doing great, and I want you to remind me, because we're going to record like 2 or 3 videos here, and you need to make fun of me if I ask you how you're doing on the second and third time.
Sure.
Yeah.
Which one do you want me to accidentally refer to you by a fake name to try to do a fake out to the audience? Maybe the third one?
Yeah, the third. Well, you know, who knows when they'll go up, but yeah, we'll play with that. I mean, we've already done that once, so
so you might as well do do it again. I mean, everything on this channel. It's not like you know stuff hasn't been talked about before.
No. This channel. This channel has a wide array of trolling the audience, but speaking of trolling the audience, so we haven't been able to catch up much since San Diego Comic-Con, and then there's some things to talk about there. But I'm curious, one of the announcements is DC. Now, they haven't done this for a while, but they did announce there will be a new event coming for DC. So can you believe that?
I can't believe there's enough time. Is it this year?
Yes, it sounds like this year. And I don't know if you hear it's going to launch in November, so this year, and will run through January. So it's our holiday event. Did you hear about this event already, or did it?
I don't think I have. Is it Knight Fever? Or?
No. This is called Beast World. Okay, this is a new event from Tom Taylor and the bookend comics by Ivan Rice. So that's a pretty big talent we don't hear a lot of.
No, he's great.
Yeah, I wish there was more that he was doing, but so when his name showed up here, I'm like, oh my god, yeah, that's right. He's an amazing talent I've heard from. Anyway, absolutely. This story is going to spin out of Tom Taylor's best-selling Titans series. Okay.
That just came out, right?
Yeah. So this is finds Earth under siege by led by not by Starro, but by the new villain Necrostar.
Is that like an undead Starro?
Yes, maybe. Here's how they sum it up. Clawing its way out of the pages of Tom Taylor and Nicholas Scott's Titans, Dawn of DC comic book series comes an unprecedented, and that's how you know they're serious, threat to the DC universe, an intergalactic sea star, a conqueror like Starro, but one that is far more frightening. Superman, Wonder Woman, Starfire are all powerless to stop the Necrostar from ending all life on Earth, and the only superhero who can save the world is Beast Boy.
That doesn't make a lot of sense, but sure.
Okay. A little bit more. It says, with Nightwing, Raven, Cyborg, and the Titans beside him, can Garfield Logan rise to battle an ancient evil, or is he doomed to become the greatest threat to the DC universe? What will Amanda Waller do to take advantage of the situation as millions of people are changed into rampaging creatures? And can humanity survive all-powerful superheroes and supervillains transformed into ferocious beasts?
Okay, so a couple of things.
Okay.
This is an overall critique on events and instances like this.
Okay.
Where that can't end that. Like, they have to somehow come up with an ending where either none of it happened or they fixed it in a way that everyone on Earth who survived isn't a murderer.
Right.
So it's one of those really. It seems very stakes heavy if you don't think about where it has to go. Because it can only get because this is the main universe, right? This is
it is the main universe, and I'll show. There's some images that we're showing on the screen. If you're listening to this video, there's some images from this event. I'm going to show old Joe here. I don't mean old Joe, no offense, Joe, but I'm going to show.
That's okay.
It's I'm going to show Joe here some of the concept art we've got. So here looks like Beast Shazam.
Sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then we've also got Dr. Hate. It's Dr. Fate, but he's become Dr. Hate.
Are beasts inherently hateful?
Some are, apparently. So some nice Ivan Rice art for sure.
No, it's gorgeous. Yeah.
I mean, look at that. I mean, that looks really nice. But here's your first view of the Necro Star.
Ooh, that's a design.
It's pokey. Yeah. Anyway, that's what we've got there. So my question for you is, first of all, we're doing an event right now where we're getting nightmare versions of the superheroes in Night Terrors. And if memory serves, a couple months ago, we had this Lazarus Planet where some of the characters were transformed into kind of crazy versions of themselves. Mm-hmm. So unless I'm mistaken here, this is 3 events in one calendar year where characters are becoming something other than what they normally are.
That sounds right, I guess. But Night Terrors is real, kind of, because they're dreams, maybe.
They're dreams, but they are using the Nightmare on Elm Street rules of if you die in your dream, you die. Maybe.
Okay. So yeah.
So yeah.
All right. I mean, but also wasn't so.
I want to see, by the way, Beast World, and on the cover of it, there's a quote from you. It's like, so all right, but also, Joe.
But okay, but I'm just sitting here and I'm just like, we had Nightwing as, and the Titans is sort of the big team for the Crisis on Infinite Dark whatever
right
last year that led into Lazarus Planet, or they were happening at the same time. I forget that it was all happening so in rapid succession. I think that ended, and then immediately after, like weeks after we got Lazarus Planet, it was like something like that.
Yep. I mean, sure.
Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths. That's what it. Right? Was it? It was Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths came prior to Lazarus Planet.
Yeah. So it was that, and then Lazarus Planet. But that was also a Titan-centric. Nightwing's gonna save us, I guess.
That was in Dark Crisis, and then Lazarus Planet was Damian and Batman, but not really.
Yeah, because then characters everyone cares about, like, oh god, why am I blanking on the
why are you blanking on this third event in 1 year, which involves Transformers heroes? Yeah, geez, why are you?
Yeah, because there were a bunch of new characters and side characters in Lazarus Planet that got powers or new powers, or because it was just Invasion, but they changed the rules kind of.
Sure. And
we're just like, here's a bunch of new metahumans with powers, or their powers switched, or whatever. And then I guess there was more Lazarus Planet stuff, because then there was that like mini series immediately after Lazarus Planet that was like something Gods, Fury of the Gods or something.
So this was this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a lot. And then there's the Night Terrors, but like we got more Titan stuff, and then this is some more Titan stuff. I love Beast Boy.
Sure.
I don't know if he's event carrying as a I guess the other Titans are there, but I feel like this should be more like Teen Titans or Titans Beast World, and not leaning so heavy on the Beast Boy.
Probably would be a bad idea. I don't know. So here's my pitch for you. If you're DC, events are selling. I get it. You want to do 3 events, 5 events 1 year, whatever you got to do. But let me pitch this to you. Instead of all that crap you just heard, here's my pitch for an event to get people to buy it. Same event. Ivan Rice is going to draw something November. Buy it. That's my pitch. Now, which one do you think is going to do better?
I like your pitch. I also like, what if, and this goes for any major comics company. Marvel could do this, DC, anyone. What if they pitched an event where all of their major titles had an ongoing story happening that you could pick up, and the way they sell it is the story happening in that book is just happening in that book.
That's pretty crazy.
And if you want a better understanding of the universe as a whole, you could pick up multiple books from that company.
That's daring. I mean, I don't know. Has that ever been tried before?
I guess Rebirth was the last time they did that.
Well, that did terribly, as I recall.
Yeah, no, it was awful. But
weird.
No, but yeah, that would be nice.
Okay,
they could pitch that.
You're not terribly into the idea of the DC heroes being transformed into beast creatures of themselves?
No.
But what about that all-important furry market?
I'm not sure furries are going to go for this.
You don't think so? I mean, comics needs to expand their audience, and what better way than furries?
But you see, I think the furry audience would be more interested. Like that, I feel like is an audience that's more into the like slice of lifey kind of stuff. I don't think furries are going to be as into some sort of action heavy. So, and the other thing too is they're all going to be back to normal and act like this never happened in a few months. So
January, it sounds like.
Yeah, so I mean, at that point, you're not giving that furry audience, something that they can keep coming back to.
Well, let me ask you this: what if and this, hear me out, Catwoman becomes an actual cat woman?
I mean, sure.
Hawkman. Hawkman could become Hawkman. Hawkman. Batman could become, I don't know, a lion or something.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
Batman's like a lion. Like Superman could be Superman could be a lizard because he's powered by the sun. He needs to be out in the sun.
Yeah, I see what you got there. All right. Well, so you think this event will do well for them?
With Ivan Reis on the art, it very well could. Yeah. That's a good choice. He's pretty great.
So again, that's the crazy part here is if it was pretty much any story, do you think it does well? You got an artist like that on board?
I think you have any story at a certain level, then sure. I mean, I think as long as you hit a certain baseline, it'd be pretty good.
What about a summer event? Okay, so if we're getting a winter event, a Beast Boy, do you think a summer event where maybe Cyborg accidentally AI gets let loose, and so all of your favorite DC heroes and villains become like robotic versions of themselves? Do you think they could go that well?
While that is certainly possible, I think by then, and I say this as a Titans fan who's a pessimist, and cynical, is what will happen is they will give up on the Titans by then.
Hmm.
and we will be back to being all in on the Justice League. Cyborgs will be in the Justice League, and we're just gonna.
Okay. What if we had a Nightwing level event where all the heroes and the villains in the DC universe gets a really good ass?
That's a great summer event.
Okay, there you go. All right. Well, Joe, thank you very much. I we'll see how this all goes. But again, I think they've got the selling point just in the artists. They can just skip the rest of this shit.
Yeah, I think so too. That's
All right.
great.
Well, let me know if you're interested in this event in the comments below. Why not? We will definitely read every single one, right?
Sure.
Yeah. Well, thanks for listening.